Okay. I might have to angle this way. Right. Can you tell me a little bit about your protest, sir?
Yeah, well, on Independence Day, I came into the savannah with 2 placards protesting the behavior in the National Energy Corporation that is very similar to the behavior we see with the politicians. People who have power without control, that they can do anything. We invested in a piece of land from NEC through Labidco, the National Energy Corporation, which is a state enterprise, from Labidco. After 6 months on the property, we were unable to get water, lights, or any of the utilities, mainly because NEC did not even have the Town and Country approval to subdivide that land. We wrote letters and letters, even made arrangements that would not cost them a cent to try and resolve the problem, and instead the lawyers repeatedly wrote us letters that were lies. We went into them telling them that we have documents from the state enterprises that proves that there is not access to water, lights, or even the certified deed, because Town and Country will not approve it. And they kept writing lies and lies and lies, and we keep going into them. And this is a state enterprise on state documents, robbing a citizen who has paid hard-earned money that my family have worked for. And what happens is that we wrote to the president of UNEC over and over, and he never responded. We had contracts being put in front of our face and pull out, all as leverage to try and remove our claim against them with the property. When that didn't work earlier this year, we had a contract that we publicly tendered with NEC that was advertised in the Gazette and the paper. We were the lowest bidder, we won it, and the manager engineering, design and construction repeatedly played puppet on a string with the contract, breaking all the laws of the contract, and eventually the contract was terminated. We made arrangements with them to restart the contract. They issued a new contract without tendering, and the manager, engineering, design and construction continued playing the puppet game with the contract, and eventually the president of NEC, who signed the contract, terminated the contract. It's only after my protest reached on the steps of NEC that he called to meet with me after 2 years of letters. He never met with me, he never even responded, which I think, if you are a government official and I am complaining about a manager, in my business, if somebody complains about somebody working, I will look into it. I complained to him about a senior manager, and he never had the courtesy to respond, to even say, "I hear you." However, when the protest reached in front of their doorstep, by the night, I went to the parliament protesting, and I got a phone call to meet with him. He met with me, he listened to 5 hours of problems, and the only things he corrected, he reinstated the contract, because if he didn't, he would have been not covering his own tail. So he reinstated the contract. He paid $12,000+ that was short paid on a check with no explanation. But he did not deal with the fact that there are laws broken in the whole arrangement with lot number 42. He is telling me that his independent, and I don't know how a state enterprise could hire an independent lawyer and an independent investigator. What that equates to is a private lawyer and a private investigator to look into matters that they have done wrong. That is supposed to be an independent inquiry. This is fraud. This is fraud and arrogance at the highest level. And what is amazing is, on the same Independence Day that I started this protest, a bigger and similar problem was taking place in our parliament. And to add insult to injury, we have people like Mr. Jack Warner and Mr. Ram Logan, who has arrogance at the same level that we have seen in the state enterprises. And these people are our servants. These people have appointed themselves kings. And we, as a people, can't go for that. We have the power. Where in the world do you hire somebody and then cannot fire them? We have hired them by stealing our finger, whether for the A side or the B side. And not political, because whoever is in power, we the people have to stand up, and when we don't want somebody there, we have to make them move. We have had enough. I fed up. We fed up. The nation fed up. And it's not just in the government, it's in the state enterprises. We fed up. I need somebody to look into the Lot 42 issue at Labidco, because they are telling me to go to mitigation, where they really need to bring in the police and lock up somebody for fraud. They need to find out why they lease lands that they did not even have town and country approval for. And that is where I am. We fed up. I am the first man standing. I said that on Independence Day, when nobody realized what was going on in this nation. And I'm still standing. I'm still standing, and more by more people standing with me. I have no political agenda. I have a Trinidad agenda. I am fed up. These people will drive this country into civil war. I am fed up. This is